All right, what's up? Welcome everyone to the second season of the Heart to Heart podcast. My name's Hafiz, and in this season, we're gonna focus on self development. We're gonna focus on making the most out of this time that we have before it's too late, and we're gonna focus specifically on how we could improve during this summer because the summer is not gonna come back again. So for this season, I'm gonna be having a special co-host. My boy Jerome. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's poppin'?
And we're going to be going through um, quite a few different topics and hopefully get guests on during the duration of it.
Hey yo, you ready?
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time we wasted on our love? I can't keep the things we traded.
All right, so we're going to start off with a little game, as usual. However, it's not going to be the same game as the one from the last season. It's going to be slightly different. So, how this game works is we're going to be giving, so one person is going to give the other person a topic, just one word. And they have to provide 15 words that relate to that one topic within 45 seconds. All right. So,
Alright.
for instance, if he gives me the word health, I have to come up with 15 words that relate to health. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a word. Ready?
Sure thing.
All right. Soccer.
Soccer, football, uh, sports, activity, bonding session, two teams, uh, Barcelona, Manchester United, Chelsea, football cleats, cones, football practice, um, missing football practice, uh, basketball, volleyball,
10 seconds.
tennis, um, cardio, physical activity, healthy.
That was
Good.
15. Huh?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I hit 18 or 19.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well done.
Okay,
Well done. Well done. All right. See. See. Okay. Okay. There you go. There
let's
you go.
go.
I'm
Let's
I'm
go.
excited for this. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. I think my word for you is animals. That was too easy. Animals. I gave you an easy one.
All right. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Monkeys, lion, um, jaguar, cheetah, elephant, ape, ants, mouse, rats, cockroach.
Damn, bro.
Oh, hold on, deer. God, what am I blanking? Fox.
hmm
What am I blanking? What? Birds. What kind of birds? Pigeon. Um, penguin.
Okay. Yeah.
Polar bear. Did
You
I?
went from you went from penguin to polar bear, but yes, you hit 15, I believe.
Yeah. Are you keeping track of time, by the way?
Yeah. Time's up.
Yeah, like now it's up. But like, did I get it within the?
Yeah, you were able to
Okay.
land it.
All right. Cool. Yo, that was unnecessarily
That was fast.
challenging.
That was fast.
I mean, I kind of expected myself to get it a bit sooner. I'm gonna be honest, but
hmm
yeah, it is. It is. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Let's
It's all
go.
gonna be easy. It's all gonna be easy. All right.
Shit.
Light.
Light. Okay. Darkness. Uh, rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. There we go. There we go. It's 9. Vision, blindness, nearsightedness, farsightedness. I don't know. Spirit. Uh, the sun. light bulbs, electricity, um, fire, um,
You hit 15, huh?
sunglasses. Yeah, I
You
hit
hit
15.
yo, just stop at 15, yo. Just like after that. But like, yo, the colors though, you just ran with it, yo. Respect.
I ran
I
through
got I
it.
gotta give that to you.
I
I
had
really
to do
did.
it. Seven
Yeah.
colors of the rainbow. I had to do it. I
Bro.
had.
Well, that was big brains. I gotta give it to you. Well done, man.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Mm. Not sure. For you, let's say science. Science?
All right. Science.
Yes.
Biology, physics, chemistry, um, innovation,
Mm-hmm.
math, gym,
Mm-hmm.
health, fitness, eating, processed foods, non-processed foods.
Okay.
What else to do with science? Electricity,
All right.
um, computers, laptops, light, special kind of light. That's 50.
Okay. You hit it in 30 seconds. All right.
Nice. Thank
Not
you.
bad.
All
Not
right.
bad.
All right. Ooh. Okay. All right. Time to move on to the second part of this podcast. So, my question to you is so today's topic is going to be focused on staying active, right? So we're in
Yeah.
lockdown. Well, for us in Ontario, at least, we're in lockdown. For the everyone else, honestly, society as a whole, for the most part, isn't really very active, right? But staying active is extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
Why should people, despite being in a lockdown, stay active?
Um, the first thing I want to touch down here with staying active, it kind of helps with your mental state, right? Um, Pre-pandemic, none of us on the football team were expecting any of this to happen. And then, when it hit, it kind of, it kind of, I felt weird. I was like, damn, like this is actually something that's gonna keep me from exercising. Despite all this time I had, what, 18 years of my life. I, I never wanted to exercise so badly because, it was being on the football team was an opportunity I was able to get, and not necessarily having all or the best type of equipment to work out if all of a sudden these gyms would close was something that hit me, right? Um, Even though our team made adjustments to like, hey, now your plan is going to be this. If you don't have access to equipment, you could do body weight. We'll provide you with some extra stuff like bands and a medicine ball to, make your workouts more efficient, but it didn't feel the same, right? These Being a new recruit with veterans kind of felt good in the gym with even though I didn't fully know them, it was like, yeah, we have this one goal, and that could be our university winning next year's tournament or game, next year's sets of games. So, like, even though I didn't know them outside of that gym room, it was like, hey, you're in here, let's work, let's grind, let's do stuff. And it was fun because, I could have conversations with people I didn't know. I had conversations with Ross. I'm not sure if you know him, or Luther. They got into the CFL as of this and last year. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just like this contact, this kind of. It felt distant.
Right.
It made me
Yeah.
feel a lot more distant, and I wasn't. I didn't feel like working out because it just wasn't the same.
Yeah. I feel like you made a good point there. I personally, at least within my life, right, I find a direct correlation between when I stay active, and productivity levels, right? I think they very much do um interchange, right? Staying active gives you gives you that boost, right? You feel better about yourself. You feel like you've accomplished something by staying active, so that leads you to accomplishing more, and so on and so forth. So yeah, definitely staying active, and the mental health aspect of it, I think, is probably the most underrated one. Like there are
Hmm.
a lot of people who work out to, or yeah, work out. Let's say there are a lot of people who work out to just to look good, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I think to look good, it should be a part of it, like one aspect of it, but I don't think it should be everything. I think the greatest aspect of it is the mental health aspect of it, where it's like, okay, I'm working out so I can feel better, and I do feel better, and it's the one thing that honestly keeps me going. I'm not gonna lie, right? It's like every time I'm about to go back, about to go to bed at night, I wake up and it's like, sorry, I every time I'm about to go to bed at night, I sleep knowing that when I wake up, that's something that I look forward to, right? So
Yes.
using it as something to look forward to, and I think I think that's one of the best and most underrated aspects of staying active. Just to dive a little deeper into it, though, I've seen a couple of videos of people um talking about, I think it's body dysmorphia. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Body dysmorphia.
yeah, that is that is something that we need to keep in mind. That's something that we definitely need to be. I don't know if I don't know if you experience it personally. Do you?
Yes.
How does it feel? Would you mind expanding on it?
Honestly, I don't know. It feels like that little demon in just that corner of your room. you
Right.
know, right? You don't some days you don't really pay attention to it. Other days you could really notice it. Um, I don't know. I guess looking in the mirror, in the morning before I shower, look at my naked ass in the mirror. And then some days, like, I don't know, I just feel like a fucking god, even though I'm hurting from the workouts, even though I'm hurting from playing basketball. I feel like this ultimate being. Therefore, it's like just because I feel it's like I see myself in a very good light
Right.
compared to a bad day. Something can strike me emotionally, or honestly could just be a bad day, and then I look in the mirror and then all these negative thoughts about my body come in, where I think that the gains are not enough, or I'm not losing weight, or I'm probably just fat, or you know um the mind is just it's a very interesting place.
Definitely.
And it's really a bad thing if it's left alone for quite the time.
Yeah.
uh I've spoken to coaches about this actually. When they realized I was gaining weight, 5 6 months of training with them, I gained 100 pounds. And they were like, "Hey, Jerome, you're looking pretty big in a good way." You
Mhm.
know, but then as soon as I heard that, it was like all these voices just telling me I'm fat and I'm not good enough, such and such. And you know, even though they meant it in a good way, I was perceiving it badly. So,
Right.
you know, it messed
It's
me
up
up.
there, isn't
It
it?
would screw me over.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely, and that's the thing, right? I feel like the root of that is comparing ourselves to, I guess, what would be considered the ideal body, right?
Yes.
And genuinely, the root of a lot of evil starts from comparison, right? You look at yourself, you look at someone else, you compare yourself to them, you don't have what they have, then you might take extreme measures to try and achieve that, even if it's unattainable, or you might even hurt yourself, right?
Yeah.
To try and achieve an unrealistic goal, right? And that's why I don't compare myself to people, right? It's like I have my own path, and
Hmm.
obviously you'll end up in scenarios where you subconsciously do it, right? Especially if you see other people have what you want to achieve, subconsciously you're going to do it. But I think what's more important than actually doing it is how you react to it. And you need to cut that out. You need to right when it's happening, you need to be like, nah, nah, I'm not that person for a reason. My only goal and my only job is to be the best version of myself that I could, and that's it. That's where it ends. Because again, comparisons they're only there to destroy you, really. That's
Yeah,
that's what it is.
that's jealousy. Hey, comparing yourself to other people's generally what leads to jealousy and envy,
Yeah,
right? And those are two bad emotions. They're not the best. They're not the greatest from the list you want to draw upon. Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Honest question.
Mhm.
This is gonna take us slightly off topic, but I'm curious. Is jealousy avoidable?
Jealousy. Only if you are self-aware, right? Jealousy, envy makes you do things out of spite. Generally, I've been self-conscious where I felt some sort of negative emotion towards someone that was close to me that was doing way better, right?
Hmm.
I start to compare myself to them. I'd honestly start to feel bad about it. And what I do is talk to someone about it. I'd be like, hey, you know, I've been in the gym longer than this guy, but he's making more gains than me. I kind of envy him.
Hmm.
I'd literally say this to another person, even though, it can make you side eye someone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It could raise some red flags when speaking to other people. It's something you have to hash out with someone, right?
It is. It is.
This guy would
Yeah,
tell me, hey, you can't compare. You're comparing oranges to apples. It doesn't work like that. I think that's applicable to everyone. We're different from each other. So comparing and like trying to make the goals seem the same and comparing our goals are two different things.
yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's why it's extremely important that the only comparison you make is with your previous self,
Hmm.
based off of like a certain measure. That's when I think it's realistic to really. I think it's the only way of really seeing progress that you make, right? To see if you go backwards or you going in the right direction, or are you well stationary, right? And honestly, if you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. That's how it works. Um, so another thing I was gonna say though is like sometimes comparison isn't really like we don't really sometimes it's not that we compare ourselves, it's outer sources that play a role in
Play an
us comparing
influence.
ourselves. Yeah, yeah, like a significant one, especially our parents, right?
Mm.
Um, that happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
I I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to feel about that.
Um, hmm, from what I've seen with African parents, Togolese parents, uh, they, yeah, they compared me a lot to other people's kids,
Hmm.
and I they tend to mask it under something that's supposed to motivate you to do better, but then it does not work. And honestly, that's where jealousy and envy starts from. A lot of things you pick up from your parents. A lot of things you pick up from your parents, even if they deny it. Like growing up until you're 18, your parents are the people you've been with. One of the two, or even both, are the people you've been with most of your life. By
Yeah,
18, yeah, you spent quite some time with them, and you may not see it, but then if you had a third person look at you and your parents, they would say you're one and the same.
yeah. Generally,
Uh,
that's how it is.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I think we went slightly off track with
yeah, a
regards to
little bit.
staying active. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Um,
regards to staying.
yeah. So no, yeah, so I think it's extremely important to stay active. I think that's the one thing that really really helps again mentally, physically. I think even emotionally it really helps because when you're lifting specifically when you're lifting weights and whatnot, um you do get the opportunity to like take out any anger that you have on that rather than on other people per se. And I think that's a good way of escaping especially if you're someone who isn't as good at controlling how you feel or how you react to situations. I think the gym is probably, or working out is probably one of the better things.
Hmm.
Um, Cardio or strength training?
Cardio or strength? I think you would need both.
Let's say you had to
You
pick
need,
one. I agree
yeah.
with you, but like, let's say you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one,
Yeah.
honestly, strength, because I've been doing cardio for so long. Uh, Again, back in Ghana when I
Mm,
was high schooling, like, yo, what basketball is cardio, right? I
yeah.
would every day, if I didn't have basketball practice, 1 hour of the lunchtime that was assigned to us, you'd see me on the court, just sweating through, just sweating and playing every single day. Weekends, I would uh go on walks. Actually, after school or during PE class, we would run. They'd make us run even more.
Mhm.
So, you know, doing it this entire time and not seeing anything visually kind of did have an impact on how I wanted to do things
Mhm.
till I came here. And then strength training, I've seen results. I've gained weight, and it's like, damn, this feels good. I like this.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you on that too. I think like cardio is not the worst, and it depends on if you're playing sports and whatnot, but strength training does if I remember this, if I remember reading this correctly, it does have more of a significant impact on um I'm forgetting the word here, but basically it'll have more change to your body than cardio does. Something
Yes,
along the lines of that. So yeah, without a doubt, strength training, king, right
it's
there.
it's definitely the way to go. Like
Yeah,
research has even shown that
yeah,
it
definitely, definitely.
helps with body fat, and cardio kind of boosts your gains by 20 to 30%. That's why I kind of like both, you know?
I think they're both needed.
Yeah,
But
they're
I
both.
actually never heard of that before, to be honest. The what the fuck, the cardio boosts it by 20-30%. That sounds
Yeah,
interesting. I'm actually gonna look into that.
and it's an interesting read. It's like
Okay.
cardio is nice, but then strength training, if you want to start, if you're a beginner, strength training would be a good place to go. Um because when you obviously train your muscles, there sort of these micro tears happen, and then your body needs energy to kind of repair and maintain it. Um, After consuming protein and eating food, as you rest, your body still needs more energy. A
Yeah,
good source of that is your body fat, especially since you're not eating as you're sleeping.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, that's really cool. All right, so we had a couple of questions in today.
Hmm.
Um, so the first question is, I've been trying to bulk up recently, but I'm struggling to. Any tips?
Well, first things first, everything starts with diet. Where your gains come from is in the kitchen, right? Need you to spend 7 to 14 days logging what you eat, right? This is where you start. You write down what you eat. This includes all the bad stuff, the good stuff. And then after those 2 weeks, you look at it and check those little changes you can make. First, obviously, is going to be removing the bad stuff like sodas, uh, anything bad from time to time. But when it comes to bulking, you need to eat a little bit more than what your uh daily what's it called?
Caloric intake.
Yeah, daily caloric intake, like what your body needs just to stay alive. You need to eat a little bit over that. Coming from someone who made massive gains in 6 months, you would need to, yeah, just increase it a little. Too much, and you get some unnecessary stuff.
Yeah,
Unnecessary stuff will follow along with it. That's what's happened to
right,
me. That's what
right.
happened to me. Like, training was hard, but the hunger was harder. I was just hungry. So day after day, I just fill myself honestly with some bad stuff. I could have made better eating choices,
Mhm.
and I've gained all this extra stuff that I don't really need.
Yeah. No, I totally get you in that. And I think that is the key. Like the key is being in a caloric surplus. That's
Hmm.
the key. Like that's how you gain weight. Or that's how you bulk. Okay, that is one important aspect of bulking up, right? I think they said anywhere from, depending on how much you're trying to gain, anywhere from uh 200 to 500 calories more than your um your average daily intake. So I forgot there's a specific word for it that's not coming to mind right now, but basically the
Yeah.
the the amount of intake that's needed to maintain maintenance your maintenance level.
Yes.
Yeah. So 200 to 500 more calories. But I think just to allude to the situation that happened to you, what's really, really important is that the food that you're eating is high in protein, right? Especially if you are working out in the meantime, right? Doing strength training or any other training alike, right?
Hmm.
What's really, really important is that you eat the right food. A high protein diet is good, but more than that, so okay, yeah, so high protein diet is good. Make sure you're working out at least 3 times per week. My personal preference, my personal suggestion would be to work out to use the push pull legs method. So what that does is it gives your body enough time to rest. So you do push the first day. That's your triceps, your shoulders, and your chest. And
Yeah.
then you do pull the next day, which is your bicep and your back, and then you do legs the third day. And what it does is it gives you optimal time to rest and it allows you to work out twice a week, each muscle group, which is the recommended amount. Um, so definitely that would be my suggestion in terms of the routine to go with. Again, make sure you're eating a surplus. Some foods to eat if you let's say you're in a situation where you eat quite a bit and but you still need more calories, right? Just honestly the most helpful thing, just grab a box of nuts or something like that and just like eat it. Like peanuts have quite not peanuts, what's it called? Uh cashew has quite a bit, almond has not even peanuts. Yeah, peanuts have quite
Really?
a bit too.
Cashews?
Yeah,
Huh. I like cashews.
me
Okay.
too.
Yes.
Hold on, I want to check this out real quick.
Cashews are amazing.
553 calories per 100 gram. They're quite a bit. Yeah. Honestly, I categorize all the nuts as a scenario where it's just too many. Although I'm pretty sure there's one that stands out. But that's a
Hmm.
really really good way if you're struggling to like eat more food. But if you at the end of the day, if you want to bulk up, then you
Yes.
need to be in a caloric surplus, and you need to be doing strength training. Those
Yes.
two are absolutely essential.
Being
And
active.
your diet is critical too. Like what you eat, the type of food you eat, make sure it's high in protein. I think that's the best diet.
Hmm.
And yeah. Any tips or suggestions? Anything else?
There's a lot of high calories and fast foods and stuff. Avoid it. It doesn't help. Avoid it. That's dirty bulking. Don't do it.
That's a
Don't do it.
really really good point. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's totally. Don't yeah, yeah. Avoid dirty bulking. Um try and yeah, try and keep it to yeah, just don't dirty bulk. That's it. Just keep
See,
it to like healthy
that
foods per se, to a certain
like
degree.
that's the situation I'm in right now. Because
Hmm.
now I have to lose the extra stuff.
Yeah,
But then
I know.
if I don't play too safe, I'll lose the muscle mass I also gained.
Right.
So
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
don't, I'll go back to step one if I don't take care.
That's true.
So,
That's true. I mean, you're in a situation right now where you could, like, I mean, obviously, there's always a situation where you could go back, right? It might be a bit more challenging this time, but at least this time you know what you need to do to achieve what you want, which is
mhm.
great. So real quick, I just want to, there's another question. It wasn't even a question. It said, I hate that I can never be motivated to run. We touched up a bit about cardio. Um,
Yes.
but how about motivation related to cardio?
Honestly, ah, ah, eh. Okay. In the past 4 years, when this, motivation thing started to pop up a lot, I would say, please don't rely on motivation.
Right.
Don't. don't rely on it so much that it kind of dictates everything you need to do. Motivated to study, motivated to do this, motivated to do that. Um, if you don't, if you don't feel okay, let's play with this guy's question. If you don't feel
Alright.
motivated to run,
Yeah.
walk. The I know every day your best is going to be different.
Mhm.
So don't don't hurt yourself because you couldn't do this. Just do
What if
something.
what if
Yeah.
they don't have what if they don't have the motivation to walk either? They're just completely lazy.
Boy, boy, I don't know. Yikes. That's tough. That's tough. Because if you're just lazy, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
let me toss in my 2 cents real quick. Okay,
Okay.
I would ask the question. Okay, I'd be like, yo, why are you running? Like, why do you want to run? Like, if you have
Yeah.
a reason as to why you want to run, like a bigger reason, then that's the reason why you want. Like, that's your why factor. Meaning, that's what you got to remind yourself every time you don't feel like it. And that's when you got to realize that, yo, even though I don't want to do it, I need to do it. Like, I'm gonna achieve what I want to achieve, and I need to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how you. I don't know. Like, if you don't have a why, or if you're doing it because someone else is telling you to do it, tough luck.
That's also why like coaches make us, from time to time write down 5 things we want.
Mm,
5 things we want from life this summer. 5 things we want from working with them in general. Because, you know, the, your brain goes up and down on different
yeah,
days.
yeah,
So that thing is just there to remind yourself. You just look at it, you read it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this. Let's get
yeah,
up and do it.
yeah. No, that's definitely the point. So yeah, I guess my suggestion would be figure out your why,
Hmm.
and that should keep you going. If you truly live by that why, then that should keep you going when you're least motivated. There's a big difference in motivation and drive, but that's a topic for another day. Um,
Hmm.
but what you need to do basically is maintain or obtain the drive, and then that's what's going to get you up during late at nights, or sorry, during early mornings, and will get you to
Moving.
achieve your goals, basically. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much all for listening, watching. Make sure you follow or subscribe. YouTube, Spotify. Make sure to follow on IG. And yeah, I'm so excited to finally be back. And next week we'll be back with another episode.
Yeah. All right. It was a pleasure
Peace
working with
out,
you.
y'all. Thank you, sir. You as
Yeah.
well. Peace out. Take care.
Catch you later.